Hi, this is Jim Hibbs with the Biodiesel Trends Report. Of course, we're here in Atlantic City at ARI. A lot of different topics being discussed, including your company's financial health, or how about a succession plan, especially for those family-oriented business. Let's talk a little bit with some experts about that. Joining me right now, John Nardozzi and also Joe Vassallo. Thank you both for being here. What are you guys seeing out there as far as planning and financial good health of companies?
John, what do you think?
We see a lot of holes in the process. A lot of our clients have no plan, and that's one of the first things we look at is, you need a plan. We need to get them so that they're thinking about what the future could look like. They may be thinking of selling, they may be thinking of a succession plan, but then they never think about what could happen if they were to have a crisis of some sort. It might be a death of the owner, it could be a disability of the owner. And so one of the things that we always look at in one of our companies is called Best Practices Group, is we developed a process called Fire Drill where we go through the system with them. We learn all about the bank, we learn about the suppliers, the employees, we get all the key contacts, we find out what the family members want, the wife, the husband. We find out whether they long-term want to sell this company or they want to succeed it down to the family. And it's just one of those things, people don't like to think about it. So we like to think about it for them. We go through an interview process with all the members and try to get them to get a cohesive plan to move forward.
A little bit of a drill, like a fire drill, right?
Absolutely. We've learned the hard way that when something terrible happens and it's a one-man show, that trying to put the pieces back together and trying to keep a business going on an everyday basis until it could be sold or it could be gone to the next generation. That asset has to be protected and has to be protected immediately. Price of oil these days, suppliers, when they hear about a disaster, the first thing they want to do is cut back on credit lines. And if you're in the oil business or propane business and it's the middle of winter and they cut off your supply, your asset depreciates very quickly. So having been through a fire drill with a number of companies, John and myself, we know that if you don't plan it correctly, there's very little hope that something's going to, look good at the end.
And like with any kind of good business, good planning is really important in all of this, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, one of the things we've come across is if you're thinking of even selling the business sometime down the road, you can't just say, I think this is my last summer, I want to sell it. You need to prepare for that. You need to get your gallons up, your margins up, clean up your operation, clean up the books. And a lot of people don't think like that. They think, when I decide, I'll decide and then I'll sell it in a month. Well, you're going to lose value when you do that. And we've done so many transactions that we just know if you do the planning, you're going to get a huge return on that money. And we'll help them do the planning. We'll tell them what they need to do to make that company look better. Because often when we get the company, it's kind of a mess for a variety of reasons. The books have stuff on it doesn't belong there, vehicles and toys, planes and boats and all that. And so we need to clean all that up and get the company profitable. Instead of tax control, it's like profit. We need to make it stronger financially so that someone wants to buy that company.